Warrior Jamie Waru, no match for Australia's Lee Purcell. The former Australian amateur champion continues on his winning way in the professional ranks. Now has his sights set on a Victorian state title next year. Stay with us here on Big Time Boxing. We'll bring it to you if it happens. And next up, super middleweights over 8 threes between Diamond Dale Westerman and Arama Tabuai, all the way from Cairns in Queensland, a former OBA middleweight champion, former Queensland middleweight champion. Here is the tail of the tape. As you can see, Dale Westerman is going to enjoy a 5-centimetre edge in reach, and knowing Diamond Dale would be a rarity for him to be 5 centimetres in the reach advantage over his opponent. As you can see, he's much taller than Arama Tabuai as well. A 34-year-old trying to keep his career on track, a former Australian kickboxing champion as an amateur as well. And Arama Tabuai, well, he is a very big hitting former Australian amateur champion himself. His record is much better than it might suggest at 6 wins and 8 defeats with 4 KOs. But Tabuai is coming off a first-round stoppage of Brett Cutley on the 19th of last month at Penrith. And speaking of the Penrith Panthers, well, they are putting together some fantastic entertainment right through November and December. Saturday, November 29th from 3 p.m, the Australian Wrestling Super Show 2. Do not miss that one. And following that on Friday, December 5th from 7:30 p.m, Chain Reaction Boxing. Sam Solomon, Shannon Taylor and Lovemore to do all on the card. That's 2 big events coming to the club of the NRL Premiers, the Penrith Panthers. I know Matt Nilsson from the high-flying Sydney Kings is a Penrith junior and loves the boxing as well. A special hello to those guys. Here is the colourful Arama Tabuai making his way to centre ring. Now, this is some sort of record. The man made his debut back in 1996 and had to win a 10-rounder on debut.
Not a bad effort, I'll tell you what. If he can fight like he can dress, mate, well, you know, he's going to be awesome, because that is some outfit he's got on there.
That is a fantastic,
isn't it?
Arama Tabuai really adding some colour to proceedings here. And Diamond Dale Westerman will wonder what is going on when he makes his way to centre ring, because Arama Tabuai is ready to go. He's lost 2 of his last 3, Tabuai, but one of those was in Tokyo, the Yoshinori Nishizawa, and he served it up to the Japanese champion before dislocating his shoulder back in July. Was able to get back into the ring, as I mentioned, on the 19th of September and stop Brett Cutley in 1 round. And tonight, he has Diamond Dale Westerman in his sights. The fearsome Arama Tabuai, former Queensland champ, all set to go. Diamond Dale Westerman is keeping the fans waiting at the moment. So Brett Cutley, of course, Brett Cooley was suffering at the hands of Arama Tabuai back on the 19th of September.
I'll tell you what, Arama Tabuai certainly beat him with some of the better fighters in the country, with you know, the likes of Mark Ligero, Ian McLeod, Brad Mayo, Sakio Bika, Peter Mastreski Jr. He's really fought some of the good fighters, and as you said, Johnny's record maybe doesn't do enough credit for him.
Well, Dale Westerman makes his way to centre ring, sporting the Australian Wallaby colours that we hope will be flying high in the World Cup final in Sydney tomorrow night. Never disappoints Dale Westerman, always exciting. Big fan of Elvis Presley as well. And Dale Westerman, former Victorian super middleweight champion, lost 8 rounds to Sam Solomon back in '98. Well, Solomon world top 10 at the moment.
That's certainly no disgrace to lose to Sam Solomon, because Sam is one of the very, very best fighters we've got in the country. And Dale Westerman on his comeback has looked at he's been boxing very well so far. This is going to be a step up for him tonight, but at the moment, Diamond Dale looking good on his comeback.
We are at super middleweight. We are scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. This is match number 4, live from Fort Knox. Introducing first and fighting out of the red corner. He hails from far north Queensland, a record 14 fights, 6 wins, 4 inside the distance. A former Aussie amateur champion, and tonight tipping the scales at 74.4 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, the warrior, Arama Tabuai. Fighting out of the blue corner, he is from Port Melbourne. 8 professional fights, 6 wins, 3 via knockout. 4 fights on the comeback trail. A former 2-time world kickboxing champion. He is trained by Bryce Birtwhistle. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Diamond Dale Westerman. Malcolm, the Raging Bullner, your referee for this contest. Your judges at ringside, Brian Membry, Gus Mercurio, and John Wheeler.
Okay, calm down. Okay, welcome to centering, gentlemen. Good, clean fight. Obey my instructions at all times. Shake hands before you come out fighting for that last round. Okay, shake hands now. Go back to your corner and come out fighting at the bell. Good luck.
Dale Westerman set to go. 6-2. Arama Tabuai 8-8 with 5 KOs, but he looks in good shape. Well under the 76.2 kilo limit. He's giving away some weight. We get underway. Round number 1 for the super middleweights. Arama Tabuai. The gold and black trunks, black and white of Dale Westerman.
Both boys very relaxed here, you know, moving fluently in the opening seconds of the first round. Tabuai following Dale Westerman around the ring, looking to try and find an opening, but both boys moving fluently here.
Watch his head. Watch his head.
Tabuai taking the fight right up to Dale Westerman at the moment, who's very watchful and on the retreat largely.
Very good move of Dale Westerman. He's very cagey, you know, bobs and weaves, slips and moves, and has got fast range. Shot right in the back of the head there, and Dale Westerman says, you know, puts his hand up, what's going on here? But
Tabuai unloading some body shots on Dale Westerman.
yeah, I think he's decided, John, to go downstairs, because so far he hasn't, other than that one in the back of the head, he hasn't been able to reach Dale's face in this first couple of minutes.
Westerman largely on the defensive here in the opening round, doing a good job of it, slipping punches. Now looking to land some shots of his own and putting them together sharply as well.
Tabuai not bothered by any of the punches so far from Westerman, though. I'll tell you what, if you're in Tabuai's corner, because Dale is so slippery, I think you'd tell him to maybe stick to the body for a couple of rounds to try and slow the fast-moving Dale Westerman up. Dale boxing very neatly at the moment.
And Tabuai coming forward, trying to cut off the ring, but Westerman slides down the ropes.
Using a lot of the ring does really take it out of you. You use those legs so much. Beautiful, beautiful combination punching there by Dale Westerman. Really using a lot of the ring.
$12-stone limit for the super middleweights. This is where Australia's Anthony Mundine holds the WBA world title at the moment. Danny Green, so in the super middleweight division, not far away from a world title, one suspects, as well as Tabuai throws the wild right hand. End of the first stanza.
You've got to say that's a round for Dale Westerman. He landed the majority of the shots there and evaded punches very well from Arama Tabuai. Except for those couple of good body shots that Tabuai landed at one stage there early in the round.
And Bryce Birtwhistle looking at Dale Westerman there, and Brad Rd in the corner with Tabuai.
Set up the jab, nice and straight, that's it.
One of us took. Just, yeah, set him up that jab and that right hand over top. Alright, mate? And you've got to start moving to your right. You're just following.
Some water.
Bit on your head.
Yep.
So the Queenslanders sticking together here in this State of Origin battle against the Victorian Dale Westerman, although Brad Rd, now based here in Melbourne, has a foot in both camps as Arama Tabuai comes out for round number 2. Black and gold stars, and Dale Westerman, who Barry Michael thought took the opening round 10-9, saw it likewise, despite the fact that Tabuai came forward for the majority of the round but wasn't able to catch up with Dale Westerman conclusively. Good defensive skills from Diamond Dale Westerman.
Looks like there's a bit of a nick on Dale Westerman's nose, the bridge of his nose. Yeah, a bit of blood up there on Dale Westerman's nose. He must have copped one in the first round there at least. But Tabuai still finding it hard to nail Westerman. You know, if you're in his corner, and after seeing those couple of good body shots he landed in the first, that's what you'd be telling him to attack, I would think. Stay up on the very slippery Dale Westerman and maybe try to corner him and work to the body. Because at the moment, or just graze Dale Westerman's chin with the right hand there.
Well, Dale Westerman doesn't have to go looking for Arama Tabuai. He's keen to get it on. He's working hard for little reward at the moment, Arama Tabuai.
Yeah, but also, you know, Dale Westerman using a lot of the ring, and with an opponent pressuring you and you're, you know, trying to evade his shots, it does take it out of you. But good work again from Dale Westerman there.
Break, go fight. Box.
He really boxes well, Dale Westerman. He sees punches well. You know, he's probably left his career a bit late, but he still moves very well.
Has always been at the upper echelons of the Australian boxing scene. Dale Westerman.
Good overhand right and left hand there from Westerman. And again, good punches.
Starting to get on top. Again, with the accuracy of the punches are telling from Dale Westerman.
Break, go punch, break clean. Box.
And digging to the rib cage of Arama Tabuai. Tabuai, in his efforts, doing the two-step as well.
Doing the pirouette there and a bit of hula dancing. He is a dancer by trade, I believe. A landscaper, sorry, at the Tabuga Dance Theatre. He's a landscaper, not a dancer.
He watches plenty of it then. If he's a landscaper, most of the landscapers I know operated around that pace. Concluding stages, round number 2. And again, a heady performance from Dale Westerman. Picking his moments, landing the scoring punches against the hard-working Arama Tabuai.
That was the punch that did the damage to his eye. Punch.
Listen to me. You're not letting the punches flow. You've got fast hands. Throw them off your chin, you'll fuck this guy up. All right? But you're not letting you're lunging a bit. There's a bit of nerve. All right? A bit of nerve.
This is Tabuai trying to corner Dale Westerman, who is doing very slippery at the moment. And I guess for our boxing aficionados at home, getting a look at Dale Westerman's defensive skills, we're seeing some first-class work here.
Yeah, no, he's really looked good those first 2 rounds. Dale Westerman moved very well.
Right, seconds out, come on.
Set to go, round number 3.
Box.
Scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. Dale Westerman in the black and white trunks. The Warrior, Arama Tabuai from Cairns. 2018 for Barry Michael. I have an identical scorecard at the moment. He's a stylish boxer, Dale Westerman. One that's appealing for the fans here in Fort Knox. hopefully for our viewers at home as well.
Arama Tabuai getting frustrated here. You can see the grin on his face, but he's really having trouble, you know, pinning Dale Westerman down at this stage.
Is Dale Westerman getting off first again and backing up Arama Tabuai.
Good hook, good overhand right, and good hook there from Westerman. Good punching.
Body shots taking their toll as well. Tabuai looking very distressed. Starting to mark up and puffy around the left eye, and Dale Westerman lands there again.
Big right hand. The right hand's been very successful for Dale Westerman. He's got Tabuai in a lot of trouble here in the neutral corner.
And Tabuai buying some time for himself. He walks into a left hand again from Dale Westerman.
Dale looking for that overhand right. He's had success with it this round. He's hurt Tabuai on a couple of occasions. Tabuai very loose and relaxed with his hands down. He's going to get hit with that right hand again.
Keep working, get free, get free, get out free. Watch those heads. Watch those heads.
Westerman stiffens up Tabuai again with a right hand.
Good punching. Oh, loses his balance, Dale Westerman.
Final 60 seconds, round number 3. Arama Tabuai sitting target at the moment. Now he digs to the body of Dale Westerman.
Dale covers well and fires back. Excellent, excellent punching from Dale Westerman. Goes underneath. Tabuai's looking to hold there for a second. Dale Westerman sucks it in deep and walks back up. Realises he's got Tabuai under a lot of pressure. Oh, lovely short right hand. Westerman looking very good here. Doesn't want to get careless. Sucking it up deep, Dale Westerman.
Tabuai getting a little untidy here, round number 3. He's taken plenty of punishment. The better shots have been landed by Dale Westerman. He backs up Tabuai again.
Got to be a 10-8 round, that.
Victorian fans getting behind Diamond Dale Westerman. And Arama Tabuai with his hands full at the moment.
You're getting tired, you've got to be in control here. He's ready to go. You will never put him away. You'll never put him away if you don't focus on what you're trying to hit. I want you to stay tight. I want you to stay focused. I want you to concentrate on his body, right? And when you start to feel a couple of good body shots, then I want you to concentrate back to his head. And when you get 2 good shots to his head, back to the body, then back to his head. Do you understand me?
Instructions from Bryce Birtwistle. This is Dale Westerman teeing off on Arama Tabuai.
Tabuai looked a bit distressed towards the end of this round. He was caught very cleanly with a lot of right hands. There's a good one there on the screen.
Well, Tabuai was up at 77 kilos when he fought in Tokyo back in July. He arrived here at 74.4. Losing the weight may have taken it out of him, because at the moment he cannot go with Dale Westerman, who we have winning the first 3 rounds convincingly. 30-26 for Barry Michael, former IBF world champ. I have 30-27 at the moment. Westerman again impressive as he continues this comeback. Took 5 years off before returning in May this year. He's put together 3 victories so far.
Very cagey boxer, Dale Westerman. See the way he tucks his chin down, his shoulder, only shows his left side. You know, hard to nail him cleanly. A real professional.
You have to admire the work rate of Arama Tabuai. He continues to dig deep, but just can't seem to land the clean punches that Dale Westerman is manufacturing.
Yeah, no, Tabuai just hasn't been able to nail that elusive chin of Westerman very often.
Brad Mayo was able to stop Dale Westerman. That was way back in May '95 here in Melbourne. Stopped in the 4th round, but Dale Westerman on top.
Lovely left hook, right hand from Dale Westerman. Good punching. And there's the overhand right again. He's had a lot of success with it.
Come on, keep him up, Dale. Keep him up.
Tabuai doesn't know what to do with him.
Cut around the left eye as well, Tabuai. Oh, Westerman backs him up again. Big shots from Dale Westerman. Arama Tabuai about to go as Westerman puts the pressure on here, round number 4.
6 or 7 unanswered clean headshots there. Tabuai goes backwards, tries a jab to the body, looks pretty disillusioned. His left eye's bleeding.
Also blood from the nose.
He's got his hands by his sides, looking totally, you know, disdainful of Dale Westerman, and that's a bad move because he's been shaken on quite a few occasions, and Dale could tee off on that chin anytime. And blood, as you said, John, blood coming from orifices from his eye, from his nose, from his mouth. Tabuai copping a lot of punishment at this stage of round 4.
Westerman still looking for the finishing touches. Now Tabuai looking very fatigued indeed.
Yeah, he's getting hit with a lot of punches here.
Keep walking, keep walking. Get up straight. Break, break, step back. Don't punch. Box.
Move off, back off.
End of round number 4. The bad news for Arama Tabuai is that there are still 4 rounds to go.
Look, I scored that round 10-8 as well. It was all one-way traffic.
You're not.
I want you to stay there. I want you to suck him in. Suck him in. All right? That round there, that's how you're going to win this fight, Arama. You've got to do your thing and then move. When you hit, when you score, don't stay in there. Score, keep your hands up.
Well, next up it's going to be the former world amateur champion Anton Solopov on the right of your screen against Tuvela Ione from New Zealand. The Kiwi has not seen action for 4 years. It is not a good preparation for this tough Russian. Undefeated in 3 fights, has been overseas and 1 in China. And big raps on Anton Solopov. But at the moment, it's Dale Westerman with things under control against Arama Tabuai. 4 rounds completed. Westerman has won all 4. Tabuai not looking as though he has the petrol to complete 8 rounds, but here we go in the 5th stanza. Westerman in the black and white trunks, and Tabuai has been busy without a lot of reward. As you can see, 40-34 for Barry Michael.
The last 2 rounds, he just copped, you know, he's been getting hit 10-1. He copped a lot of punishment. And I wouldn't imagine that he's going to be able to do another 4 like that. Although he's walking up the Dale Westerman at the moment.
And some parallels between this performance from Dale Westerman and his win over Brown Enyi that we saw back in July here at Fort Knox, where Brown Enyi was very confident coming into the fight. Dale Westerman just worked a plan around him for 6 rounds, eventually dropping Brown Enyi in the 6th and getting the decision. But it was a very heady performance, and we're seeing a thinking man's boxer in Dale Westerman in action again here against Arama Tabuai.
No, he's looking very impressive, Dale Westerman, at this stage of his comeback.
Go on, hang in there, keep walking. Come on, get on free, get on free. Get on free, get on free.
Interestingly, that Brad Reed in the red corner had the impression that Tabuai had done enough in round number 4 to win that round, Barry.
Well, I don't know about win the round, but he said that's the way you're going to win the fight. Now, I don't know what he means, whether he's going to break both of Dale Westerman's hands on his head or something. And but I tell you, I couldn't see that he was doing much to win. Bit quiet around this round, though. So far from Dale Westerman, we're about halfway through it.
Tabuai working to the body of Dale Westerman, who's just slowed down a peg here in round number 5.
Yeah, Dale Westerman's taking a bit of a breather, I think. He hasn't thrown anywhere near the amount of punches that he's thrown in the previous 4 rounds.
Just slowly taking the wind out of the sails of Arama Tabuai.
Break, box.
Tabuai just heading a little south of the border there. Inside the last 30 seconds of round number 5.
The pace in this round has dropped dramatically from both boys, to be honest. And it's not surprising from Tabuai because he's taken so much punishment. Dale Westerman finishing the round big. Got Tabuai against the ropes. Tabuai walks away as though he's going for a bit of a stroll. Oh, nice body shot from Tabuai there. One of the only, I think probably the only good shot he's landed this round. But Dale Westerman still finishing the round in style.
5 completed for Dale Westerman and Arama Tabuai. The fans enjoying the contest. Trust you are at home as well.
Dale Westerman electing not to sit down between rounds, and is in excellent condition at his age. It's and you know, looking very, very sharp in this contest so far.
About to get underway, round number 6 from Fort Knox.
Then come over the top. It's there all the time. His left, anyway, left hand down.
Round number 5, well, the pace slackened a little from Dale Westerman.
He still finished the round strongly, Westerman. He had a bit of a breather at the early part of it, but here he's got Tabuai pins against the ropes, landing with both hands.
Get into his body and then over the top.
Let's have a bit of balance in the corners. Okay, not too many yelling out. Too many yelling out.
Malcolm Bullner helps Dale Westerman.
Box.
And we're set to go. Round number 6. Super middleweight division. Arama Tabuai and the black and gold stars with his hands full at the moment against Diamond Dale Westerman. 50-43 for Barry Michael. I have 50-45. And I would suggest that our judges have Dale Westerman a clear winner at the moment, but still 3 rounds remaining. And Tabuai continuing to stalk Dale Westerman and coming forward, not throwing a lot of punches.
Putting the pressure on, but you know, when he does throw them, very few of them are landing cleanly. Dale Westerman's, as we said a few times, putting on a masterful display of boxing, counter punching. The riddle, you know, showing a lot of art here, a lot of skill.
We must go back through the Fox Sports Big Time Boxing Archive and drag out the Dale Westerman Sam Solomon fight. That would make some interesting viewing.
Yeah, it sure would. I'd love to see that one.
2 high-quality Victorians throwing 8 rounds before Solomon winning and getting busier here, round number 6. The accuracy is going away from the punches of Dale Westerman that we saw earlier in the fight. And no questioning Arama Tabuai's heart. He's taken a lot of punishment and he's still trying to dictate the tempo.
Yeah, and he's got power there. If he can get on here, you can see that he's the well-conditioned fighter. He just got nailed with another big right. What's he playing here? Look, he's holding onto the ropes. Copped a couple of flush shots there from Dale Westerman. Stops and throws a big left hook to the body, aptly blocked by the very good technique of Dale Westerman.
Westerman sneaking the uppercut as well, scoring punches.
Cutting him up in close there as well as at a distance.
Oh, look, and very tired.
Tabuai appears to be losing interest in this fight. He's having no luck at all with Dale Westerman. I tell you, this could be another 10-8 round. It's not far from being a stoppage.
Tabuai a little disinterested. His left eye almost closed, bleeding from the nose and mouth.
Very disinterested, I would say.
Step back.
16 seconds remaining of round 6. Looking very dejected. Arama Tabuai, his left eye nearly closed. Dale Westerman on top in a big way.
End of round number 6. 2 remaining as Dale Westerman heads to the blue corner and Arama Tabuai, the 32-year-old from Cairns. It's been a tough night at the office for him.
I'll tell you, you've got to give him 10-8 rounds. I mean, he's just getting hit 10-1.
Suck it up. He's there, right? You've got to concentrate on the straight right and then the left wrist. Right, when he's standing up, you've got a short right hand, then left rip, and you've got to put everything you've got behind the left rip because he's trying to catch your hands, he's standing there. All right, the body's there, mate. So when you throw that short right, when he's in trouble, right, bang, left rip hard to the body, then back to his head with your overhand right. Understand? Work your
Clear instructions from Bryce Birtwhistle.
Good clear instructions, and I'll tell you what, he's not far off the mark. I think Arama Tabuai just about had enough.
Round 7.
Just try the corner up a bit, too much of water in the corner.
Round number 7, set to go from Fort Knox. Dale Westerman has this under control at the moment. But Arama Tabuai not too far away from him. 60-51 is the lopsided scorecard from Barry Michael. Tabuai yet to win a round. But he's been a willing combatant here against Diamond Dale Westerman.
He sure has. I mean, you know, he's got lots of heart, and he's experienced, and he's very relaxed in there.
And Brad Vicali, who has seen a lot of Tabuai in action, says this is his usual posture and the way he goes about his business. He's expecting him to see out the 8 rounds. He is certainly living up to his name of the Warrior.
Almost, you know, he's so casual in there at times, Tabuai. Looks as though he'd rather be somewhere else. But then comes back and, you know, throws a couple of serious punches.
A very distinguished amateur career. Australian champion, Queensland champion, Arama Tabuai. Made his debut back in '96, as I mentioned, with a 10-round decision in the Nick Tuma fight.
Good effort to start your career with a 10-rounder.
And backed up 4 months later to knock out Tumafai in 10 rounds to win the Queensland middleweight title. Just his 2nd professional fight. Hasn't had a great deal of success here against Dale Westerman, though.
Keep working, keep working, keep working. Come on, go for it, go for it.
But Westerman, so far, unable to put the Queenslander away. First 4 rounds of the fight were a hectic pace. Westerman well on top. But since then, it's just started to slow a little. Still Westerman well on top, but not with the same degree.
Certainly not the same pace. Dale Westerman's not punching in bunches like he was. A bit more content. He knows he's got the fight well in command. And, I mean, this guy has really taken some shots. He's probably landed some of his best shots against him. And Tabuai's still there. And still dangerous. Oh, big right. There's 2 beautiful right hands from Dale Westerman. Working Tabuai over against the ropes here. Oh, big punches. Close to... Oh, look. Up until then, it was a 10... I'm going to give it a 10-9 round, but it could have gone 10-8 again. The finish of the round there, he just bombarded him.
Focus on your punches, then you let the punches slide. Right? The body shots are going to set it up for you. You must listen to me. You must get inside and you must work his body shots. Right? He's only going to try and pick you up to the body a couple of times. He's got nothing left in his hands. Don't give those hands too much respect. They're fading. First 30 seconds, first minute, after that, you must push up to him. You must make him work. You've got to go to his body, right, and then bring it up. Once.
Bryce Birtwhistle again revving up Dale Westerman for the 8th and final round. Westerman hasn't been beyond 6 rounds in his comeback. He's been to 8 only once, and that was that 8-round loss to Sam Solomon. Tabuai went 10 rounds 3 times, his first 3 fights, and also won a 12-rounder for the ABA middleweight title back in October last year. The 8th and final round for the super middleweights is underway. Dale Westerman with a big edge in points, and Arama Tabuai, the Warrior, needing a knockout to win here. Barry Michael has a 10-point differential. I have Westerman in front by 8 at the moment. But clearly, The Australian with the Victorian well on top.
Yeah, Arama Tabuai really needs a knockout to win. But he's still got power there. You can see he's still got power there, and he's such a relaxed fighter. But Dale Westerman too smart at this stage of the game. Looking for that overhand right, Dale Westerman.
Tabuai has been suffering since round number 4. He was cut around the left eye and bleeding from the nose. Looks a little second hand at the moment. He's taken a lot of punishment from Dale Westerman. Now we're getting very strong finishes from both men. Fans joining in. Westerman looking for a finish, as he did against Brown Enyi.
Exactly halfway through the round. Tabuai walks away. Oh, that was a low blow. That was a low blow. That was low.
And Dale Westerman needing time to compose himself here.
How's it going? Just a bit close, is it? Okay.
Dale Westerman says he's okay. Wants to finish this one off. In a tough war against Arama Tabuai.
Under a minute remaining. Arama Tabuai done a good job lasting the distance here.
And looking as strong here as he has throughout the fight.
Right, don't hang it. Okay, break it up, break clean. Box.
Tabuai looking to finish strongly, knows he needs a knockout to win. He's looking for it too.
But Dale Westerman working away professionally in close there. Good short, straight punches. Finishing well.
Don't hang it there. Don't hang it there. Back.
What a contest. Dale Westerman and Arama Tabuai. The full 8 rounds. A hectic war of attrition. With Westerman, a comprehensive winner. Unofficially on our cards, Brian Membury, Gus Mercurio and John Wheeler are the 3 judges at ringside. Who will be needed.
Yeah, as far as points were concerned, it was one-way traffic.
80-69 for Barry Michael, including 3 10-8 rounds, 5 10-9 rounds. It was a comprehensive display from Dale Westerman. Very impressive through the first half of the fight, and then just appeared to drop a gear or two and just did what he had to.
You know, that was a very good conditioning fight for Dale Westerman, though, at this stage of his comeback. Very, very, you know, good experience for him.
He's been impressive again. That's why Murray Thomson keeps putting him on the bill, and we're happy to showcase the talent around Australia here on Fox Sports. And Bryce Birtwhistle and Diamond Dale Westerman pretty confident here against Arama Tabuai. And speaking of Queenslanders, don't forget the Jamie Meyer fight night, Friday, November 28, next Friday at the Southport RSL. Colin Wilson and Paul Tapley in action for the Queensland welterweight title between Tapley and Matt Shaw. Max Maraconti on the undercard. A lot to look forward to for Queensland's #1 promoter, Jamie Meyer. Get along to the Southport RSL next Friday, November 28. But let's tell you about Dale Westerman and this comeback of sorts. retired after losing to Sam Solomon back in October 1998. Stepped in again in May this year. 6th-round win over Andy Latsu. Then stopped Peter Brennan in the 5th round. A 6th-round decision over Brown Enyi here at Knox back in July. And we think that he's done it again here against Arama Tabuai. Brian Membry, Gus Mercurio and John Wheeler, the 3 judges. We're just taking a little time to officially tabulate the scores. Certainly not close, but perhaps the numbers just a little confusing given the lopsided nature of the fight.
Actually, Tabuai, probably the last round was as good a round as he had. I think he did really he showed some power in that last round.
There's no doubt about it. He fought right to the finish. Arama Tabuai, despite being overmatched against Dale Westerman. Dale Westerman can now look forward to a crack at the state title in 2004.
Okay, we're ready for a score, I think.
Good combination there, Dale Westerman and Bryce Birtwistle, but the numbers are in. Andy Raymond will tell us all about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have unanimous points decision. Brian Membry scores the bout 77-76. Gus Mercurio scores the bout 78-74, and John Wheeler 80-72 for your winner, Diamond Dale Westerman.
Well, Brian Membry thought that Arama Tabuai had won 4 of the 8 rounds. I find that hard to go along with. 77-76, Brian Membry. Gus Mercurio had a 4-point differential, and John Wheeler 80-72. Had a 10-9 shutout being pitched by Tabuai. But he's got the decision. Various numbers involved, but Dale Westerman is our winner. In terms of the super middleweight ranks here in Australia, well, Shannon Taylor is the current champion, but now campaigning as a junior middle. Danny Green, Mark Pajero, Stuart Moller, Jawan Dowling and Kevin Murray in the top 5 at the moment. And of course the WBA super middleweight champion Anthony Mundine also involved in the super middleweight ranks. Still coming your way here from Fort Knox. Next up, Anton Solopov against Tavella Ione from New Zealand ahead of our feature event as Paul Murdoch defends his PABA light heavyweight title against Timo Masur. And speaking of titles, well, Paul Briggs isn't far away from a crack at a world title. He's been penciled in to face Stipe Drews in a WBC light heavyweight eliminator coming up early next year, or maybe even for the title. Drews in action a week ago successfully defended his European Championship, 25-0 with 12 KOs. He's a big man, but Paul Briggs thinks he can get the better of him, and he showed us just recently he is in tip-top shape.
A much-needed return to the ring for Briggs, the world #1 light heavyweight up against Argentine Juan Zabala. The bout a warm-up for the Queenslander's imminent world title fight. And after a scratchy start, Briggs finding his timing in the 2nd round, clearly too quick for the Argentine. A minor distraction with Briggs forced to make a quick recovery himself. The Queenslander getting serious in the 3rd, some good old-fashioned brawling, clearly getting the better of Zabala. Plenty of power too from the former world champion kickboxer. Some more punishing left hands in the 5th round. The pummeling opening up a nasty facial gash for Zabala. The doctor giving it the all clear, but Zabala's corner said that's enough, the referee declaring the fight over. Briggs a happy man.
I've gone through 6 opponents, all in the top 10 over the last 6 months, and it's been really hard for me mentally. I spoke to Danny Green on the phone today, and we're both talking about just how hard it is, you know, right at the top. So, yeah, it's going to be an awesome feeling to sit there and start negotiating that fight.
Earlier, Shannon Taylor was forced to chase another Argentine. The fight with Oscar Daniel Velez going the full 12 rounds. A frustrated Taylor defending his Pan-Asian junior middleweight title. And world-ranked Lovemore Nadu retaining his IBF Pan-Pacific Junior welterweight title with a points decision over Fred Knuthia.